All right, we're live with car questions and answers right now. If you are car shopping, I want you to type a 1 in the comment. Um, right now, everyone's overpaying for cars. It is absolutely, it's crazy what I'm seeing right now. And as someone who spent 14 years in the car business, I cannot believe that people used to take car buying, people used to get okay deals. Back then people weren't getting, hammered the way they're getting hammered now, but I see these deals. I get DMs all the time. People are sending me the prices they're paying, and I can't believe it, and I want to stop it. So what we'll be doing right now is making sure anyone who's shopping for a car, I want you to start asking your question. We got our first question coming from TikTok. As you come in, share the broadcast with if you enjoy it, if you're enjoying what you're hearing as we talk over the next hour, tag someone in, because most likely one of the people that I'm talking about who's out here overpaying for cars is someone you know. So no, I guarantee you no one will ever be mad at you sharing my page with them. I don't tell jokes. I don't waste time. All we talk about is thousands of dollars and how to make sure you keep it in your pocket. This whole live will be sponsored by my new digital book. It's called Cars from Home, 7 Steps to Saving Time, Money, and Avoiding Dealerships. Everyone who types a 1 in the comment on Instagram and Facebook, I'm going to send you a link to get your copy at 75% off. Everyone on TikTok, you want your copy 75% off. It's an instant download. You go to my TikTok bio, you won't leave the broadcast. And everyone on YouTube, we have a comment pin for you so you can get your copy for 75% off. That's the blueprint. That's the guide. That's the step-by-step for leasing, purchasing, new cars, used cars, high mileage strategies, bad credit strategies, all step by step, so that you can have the blueprint to make sure you're not one of these people out here that's overpaying. Okay, so first question came from Coral on TikTok. Will better incentives be coming out by December? You never know what incentives there are. People will lie to you about incentives. And in fact, when you walk into a dealership, if you ask them, do you have any incentives this month? What do you think they're going to say? Even if they don't have any, they're going to say yes, because they're never going to say, no, we don't have any, come back next month. You'll never hear that. So how do we know what the real incentives are? And just so I can be clear, because I want to talk in a way for the most, even if we got high schoolers on here coming out of high school and want their first car, I want to talk in a way you can understand this. In fact, you might get this more than some of the adults who've been programmed a little harder, because they've been doing the same thing for years. Incentives or rebates and low interest rates and anything the manufacturer puts on a car to help it sell more. So it could be a military rebate. It could be a conquest rebate. Conquest rebate is a rebate for a competitor's car you own. So if you're buying a Lincoln and you have a Jaguar, they might have a conquest rebate. A loyalty rebate, dealer cash, which is not a rebate, it's just literally cash that the dealers get to make deals with. It might be $1,000, $3,000 dealer cash. Federal rebates, we're seeing a lot of that with electric vehicles. There's no obligation for them to tell you about any of this stuff. If you go in there and you get a car and you didn't know any of this stuff existed, it's buyer beware. You lost. You don't get to sue anybody and say, wait, guys, I found out you guys had $7,000 in rebates you didn't tell me about. That's why it's our job to make sure we are getting the actual rebates. And how do we get it? We must shop multiple offers. Any car, and right now I'm talking to people. This is a new car and used. Some of the questions that we're going to get are going to be for new cars, leases. Some of them are going to be for used cars. This is a new car question. This is a lease question. Anytime you hear somebody really focusing on incentives, the only incentives you really get for used cars is if you're buying a certified used car, you might see a low interest rate. That's really one of the only incentives. A certified Honda might have a 1.9 interest rate. You're not going to see that. You're not going to see any rebates off a used car. But when it comes to new cars, oh my God, like I said, you could be $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 in rebates. In fact, Sean right here, check this out. Sean, who picked up his F-150 Lightning, I'm showing it on YouTube. So I know you guys on the other platforms can't see it, but on YouTube, Sean got an F-150 Lightning and the rebates totaled $15,500. When I worked for Mercedes, I sold a Maybach. It's actually called Maybach, but most of you guys probably know it as Maybach. It had a $20,000 rebate on it. So if you come in there, somebody asked yesterday, we were live streaming, right? And the guy's like, how do I get them the invoice price? Invoice price, that's 2004 internet stuff. Without knowing that you're getting the biggest discount and all the rebates, you got nothing. And that's what you need to know. How do you do it? You got to realize 4 out of 5 dealers are going to lie to you. They're not going to tell you about all the rebates. They're not going to tell you about some of the rebates. They might say, hey, we don't have any rebates. And then later they'll bring them. The only way for you to get them is for you to get multiple offers so that you can see that. I always suggest 5 offers. I have a strategy in my book called the 25 to 5, where we connect with 25 dealers online. That gets us 5 offers. If you want to do it manually, you can pick up the phone, you can call, only ask for sales managers. Do not deal with salesmen if you are going to do this, because then you're going to be, I'm telling you, I spent 14 years in this business. Only if you're going to do it my way, you'll do it only by internet, no talking. If you're not getting the book, if you don't have my book, then you say, all right, I'm going to do it the manual way. Call, only speak to sales managers, or your life is going to be hell trying to get these offers. And you need to get at least 5, because as I said, once you get one offer and you be like, oh, wait, this person took off $1,000. That's their best offer. Then you get another offer. Wait, this person took off $3,000. That's their best offer. Oh, this person said it's $3,000 rebates and they took off another $3,000. They saved me $6,000. Oh, that's their best offer. Then you're going to start to see how people are out here overpaying, because they're not shopping multiple offers. They're getting one quote, going into their local dealer and saying, okay, do the best you can. And then they're signing just the deal, feeling, oh, I negotiated for 6 hours. This got to be a good deal. No, it's not. So you must, don't worry about what a day, Coral. Don't worry about, oh, the incentives will be good in December. Shop now, see what the incentives are now, and then shop them again next month and see if they change. And then in the holiday time, shop them again. But you're doing this by phone, or in my case, we do it by email. You're never going to be able to do this going into dealers. And I think for those of you if this is your first time on a broadcast with me, type first. First time you've ever been on a live stream with me, type first, because you may not be familiar with anything we teach here. Anything we teach here. And so this is going to be an unlearning process for you. I see you, Arlie. Good to see you. Okay, I see you, user 609. You don't have a name, so I see you, Nadine. Welcome. I see you, 357 Scene. I see you, I Spend Cinematic on Instagram. I see you, Just Too Blessed on Instagram. All right, well, type up everybody who's been with us for a while. I want you to type welcome to all the first-time people. I see you, Maurice Jenkins on YouTube. I see you, Libo on YouTube. Everybody who's been here before, you kind of know a little bit about the foundation, or you've been mastered this, maybe you got cars using what we teach. Type a welcome to the first time people, so we can let them know, welcome to the new way. Welcome to the new way. There's gonna be a lot of unlearning, but we're going to try to make it as comfortable as possible for you. But the major thing that you need to understand right up front is I teach a philosophy called cars from home, which means you can get your best offer, below market offers that no one else is getting. You can pay prices that no one else is paying without ever leaving your house. And in fact, the only way for you to guarantee that is to make deals from home, because this is where you're in control. This is where you can't let your emotions get out of control and make a bad decision. And this is where you can use the internet to talk to multiple dealers at one time and have them bid for your business. All right. Go ahead, Dolan. Everybody type your questions. We'll continue to get to them. Coral, I think you kind of got the premise of what we're, what you need to focus on first, which is, unlearning the waiting for incentives and shopping wide, talking to multiple dealers, and actually monitoring the incentives from month to month yourself. Okay, what's up, D? This is Maurice from YouTube. What's up, D? I want a pickup truck. I like the Chevy Silverado. Okay, I know you said not to lease a vehicle you like. Okay, When did I say that? I know you said not to lease a vehicle you like. So I'm getting confused on financing and leasing. Okay. Okay, let me be clear. I never said don't lease a vehicle you like. I know you hear a lot of stuff from me, and that could be you might have gotten confused somewhere. It's all good. Here's how who who's ready to finally put the leasing versus buying to bed forever. If you're ready to put the leasing versus buying, Deshone, I hear, should I lease or should I buy? If you just type ready. If you're like, you know what? I hear videos from you, Deshone. I hear people I never used to hear videos about leasing 3 years ago. Now all of a sudden everyone's talking about, hey, you should be considering leasing, ready to consider leasing. I love numbers. And I love making the numbers easy for you. If I can't make the numbers easy for you, then I can't do what I'm called to do. The easy way to know from now on, should I buy or lease a vehicle, is to ask yourself, how many years am I keeping the next vehicle? When you're considering a lease, you're considering how you're going to beat depreciation. I see y'all tapping the screen. Every time you hear something on TikTok you like, just double tap the screen and y'all keep running those likes up. I appreciate it. TikTok brings more people over here. And, I appreciate you guys. You guys help this message spread. You need to ask yourself, this is the first question. In my book, some of you have it, my digital book, Cars from Home. The first question before anything, before what car I want, is how many years am I keeping the next car? Because when you are getting a depreciating asset, you have to look at it like this. Every time you buy a car, I want y'all to think about this. What is this, Deshone? This is depreciation. If you buy a car today for $40,000, how much is that car worth how much is that car worth in 5 years? Throw some numbers out there. You buy a car today for $40,000 in 5 years, average miles, how much is that car worth? How much is that car worth? Throw some numbers. 22. That's a good estimate. That's a good estimate. 357 said 4,000. You're not losing that much unless you just bought trash. Now, there is something coming to electric car owners soon, and we'll talk about that. Remind me to talk about the huge warning I have for electric car owners before we end it. 20,000. Now, check this out. If you buy a car for 40 and it's worth 20, okay, that's good. That's half in 5 years. I think it's going to lose more than half in 5 years, quite honestly. But when you're getting your car, you're trying to ask yourself, how am I going to beat depreciation? How am I going to prevent having something that I tie up money in for 5 years and that money is just losing value every time? Now, the way you beat depreciation is to keep the car a long time. Who has a car outside right now that they've had it more than 8 years? Type me. If you have that car more than 10 years or 8 years, 10 years, you're not worried about what it's worth. It's going to be worth the same next year, about the same next year as it is today. That means you beat the depreciation. That means your depreciation is no longer like this. It looks like this. Today, your car is worth $8,000. Next year, your car will be worth $7,500. You're not losing that much value. Now, if that's not you, Deshone, I don't keep a car that long. 8 years, are you kidding me? No way I'm keeping a car that long. You should be shopping for a lease. Because when you get a below market lease, let me show you what a below market lease looks like and why there's no comparison to a below market lease versus a person who's buying. I'll take a random deal. Let's take Rosalie's deal. Rosalie she just got an Infiniti. I'm showing it on YouTube. Y'all can't see it, but I'll spell it out for you. She just got a $60,000 Infiniti truck. She's paying $592 a month, no money down. She gave him $592, drove off. Now, she got that price by getting multiple offers like I teach. You're not going to walk into a dealer and get that price. She contacted dealers online, had multiple dealers submit offers. The best dealer came in at $592 for a $60,000 vehicle. That's what we consider a 1% lease or less. Major value is the 1% lease rule has been around for a long time. $592 a month for a $60,000 vehicle. On the opposite end, we got people going out buying that $60,000 vehicle. If they did no money down, that's a $1,200 payment. So it's not even close. And it comes down to depreciation. All you have to ask yourself is, am I going to shop for a car that I'm keeping more than 8 years? If so, I'm purchasing. Don't think about leasing. It's not even important. Don't even think. People say, Deshone, you think everyone should lease? Absolutely not. If you're somebody who has the discipline and values to keep a car 8+ years, you should not be leasing. You should be shopping for a below market purchase, new or used. But if you're not keeping a car 8 years, you are spending thousands of dollars more than a person who's getting great lease deals. It's not even close. Thousands more every year. And they're driving better cars than you. So Maurice, the only question you need to know about leasing is, are you going to keep this Chevy Silverado 8 years or longer, or less than 8 years? If less than 8 years, you shop for a lease, brother. Okay? Go ahead, Dolan. Next question. That's the formula, guys. That is the first question you ask yourself. The buying versus leasing question. How am I going to beat depreciation? Nothing more important than that. Got to put your deal on the right foundation. Okay, this is 777 from TikTok. They repoed my car. Do I still have to pay for the remaining balance? Well, that's a credit situation. When they repo your car, it's going to end up on your credit, and until you settle that balance, it's going to be there as a repo, and it's going to hurt your credit more. So at some point, you're going to have to deal with that. It's not going anywhere. So what a lot of people, and I would tell you, everyone who's having credit issues, you should be following Shonda Martin, Road to 750 Plus on Instagram, on TikTok. She's on every platform, and she teaches. She's basically the me of credit. All she does live Q&As. She can, go rapid fire Q&A. And when someone can sit on a live and answer questions on the fly, like random questions, that's when you know they're an expert in their subject. And I've seen her do that dozens of times. So you should be following her to see how to deal with that repo in the best way. But for sure, it's not going anywhere until you handle it. Go ahead, Dolan. Next question. All right. This is called RAV4 EXL Premium versus CRV EXL. Which is better to negotiate discount with at a dealership? There's no way to know that. I know you want an easy way to see, which is going to give me the best discount. That's just not how it works. You have to shop the offers, and you have to see what the best offer is. If I'm shopping for a Honda, if I wanted a RAV4 EXL right now, I'm contacting dealers. I'm letting them know what I want. I'm reaching out to multiple dealers. I do it online. If you want to do it online, you can type the number 1 on Instagram or Facebook. I'll send you the discount link for my digital book, Cars from Home. You can use my scripts. All my email scripts, all my templates are in there, and you'll have the blueprint step by step. You can get your copy for 75% off in my TikTok bio or in the YouTube comments. If I was doing it manually, I'm calling and I'm getting multiple offers for this RAV4 EXL from multiple Toyota dealerships. And then I'll see, okay, the best Toyota dealer said they'll take off $4,000 from me. Okay, all right, cool. All right, now let me get the Honda deals done. So it's you don't know what it's going to be. Like give you an idea. This person, Kimberly here on her Maserati, she got a Maserati. She saved $20,000 off the price. I got the comment here. I got her post here that she posted with the details of her deal. $20,000 she saved on the price. She didn't know that she was going to save $20,000 on the Maserati. There's no way to know. You have to shop the offers, and this is why you can't feel for the bottom. You can't hope, I think we're at the bottom. I think this looks like it's good. No, you don't know that. You don't know how. You don't know. You just don't know. I know you're looking for an easy way to do it where you press a button, and it tells you this dealer here, this Honda dealer in Madison, New Jersey, is going to sell the Honda at the lowest price and give all the rebates. That'd be cool. It's not going to happen because no one dealer is going to always be the best anyway, or they'll be out of business. If you beat your competition every single time on every car, you're not making any money. You'll be out of business. So at the particular time you want to shop, the mission is to find the dealer who is going to sell you the car at the lowest price because every one of them is different. So that's what I would do. And if you use my way, you do it quick. When you're using online tools, you can do it quick. Look, Ansley got a car. He said right here, he got his what did Ansley get? He got an Infinity truck. He got a 2024 QX50. He said, I started the process Saturday. I accepted a deal Monday. Got the car delivered on Thursday. One weekend. Started the process connecting with dealers on Saturday. Had offers coming in, accepted an offer on Monday. He got a 1% lease deal, $554 a month on a $58,000 vehicle. You can do this on new cars. You can do this on used cars. You have the internet at your disposal. You just don't know how to use it. And you have you have two departments in car dealers. You have what I call the sales floor. That's who I used to work with, the sales floor. Then you have the internet sales department. The internet sales department is to try not to give you a price and to make people who are trying to shop online get frustrated so they eventually come in. That's the goal of the internet department. And you have to know that the reason why it's hard for you to get quotes online is because you don't know what to give a dealer to get quotes. You don't know. You got to give them your zip code so they can work the tax. You don't know. They need to know what vehicles are in your household. You're getting defensive. Hey, why are they asking me for this? Well, it's because they need this stuff. That's why in my templates, I give you this stuff. They need to know what cars are in your household. They need to know when your deadline is. They need to know what your zip code is. They need to know what credit they should assume. These are the things this is why, Deshone, I tried shopping online, but it was so hard. I know, because you don't know how to do it. And if you admit you don't know how to do it, then we can help. But without unlearning, without saying, you know what, I need to unlearn this stuff that I was taught, you're just going to keep repeating that. So that's why I'm bringing you this and showing you people who are just like you. You have to shop the offers. And once you do that and you learn how to do it in 90 minutes, you'll be like, oh, I can shop any offer I want. Any car I want, I can find out what the best offers are in 90 minutes. But we got to get you there. Go ahead, Dolan. Shoot the next one up, brother. Unique Devo on Instagram. Car payoff 1 year. Should I trade it? 2015 still running. Well, it sounds to me like you want a new car. Look, the cost of replacement is expensive. If you're considering replacing your car, I always say it's always cheaper to keep it. It's always cheaper to keep it. If you can put, do you have a local mechanic? You should. Everyone who has a car, especially an older car, you should have a local mechanic. Why? Because a local mechanic is going to save you 50% off of what a dealership is going to go through. There's some people who religiously go to dealerships every time something on their car goes wrong or breaks. They go to the dealership. Even with engines. Yeah, Deshone, I put a new engine in and paid $10,000. Listen, local mechanics will actually save. They're worth their weight in gold. And so if I can keep my car running, that's what you want to consider. Now, you still owe money on this car. So you shouldn't be buying cars. You should be leasing cars. Because anyone who is replacing their cars while they still have a payoff should be leasing. That's a clear indicator. There's many indicators. I gave you one. If I'm not keeping the car 8 years, I should be shopping for a lease. If you historically replace your cars while they still have loans on them, you should be leasing, because you're paying all the time. You're never getting to what I call the reward stage, which is a paid off car that is not depreciating anymore, that's in your driveway. You can keep it. You can give it to a family member. It's just a dependable vehicle. You pay a little bit every year to keep it running, but you have hundreds of dollars every year that are thousands staying in your household because you don't have a car payment. That's the reward stage. You have to get there. And if you're like Deshone, I don't keep cars that long, then you are overspending and you should be leasing, paying low payments, cents on the dollar. My first lease, I paid $256 a month for it. $256 a month. I had a Pontiac G6, brand new car. I had a friend who was paying $500 a month. Bought a Toyota. Bought it. And that's cool. If I wasn't in the car business and if I didn't have my sales manager at the time say to me, hey, why don't you lease something? I wouldn't have known. I probably would have went and bought something too. But once I saw that, I'm like, wait, I'm paying half the price of my peers. I'm driving a brand new car, and it just kept going. I leased after that, I bought a Pontiac G6. I kept that for 6 years. I didn't know about the 8-year rule at the time. I bought it 6, 7 years. Then I leased a Infiniti Q. I got the G25. It was $325 a month. That was my best offer at the time. That was a $35,000 vehicle. Then I got an Infiniti Q50 when they first came out. That was a $44,000 vehicle. I paid $345 a month. Then I got another I had 3 Q50s in a row. The next one was $365, and then the highest one went up to $390. I want to say $390. So yeah, $390. I never went over $400 a month. These are $45,000 vehicles. Then I got a Jeep Grand Cherokee 2018, $35,000 vehicle, $330 a month. They're lying to you. Like all of this stuff that they're programming you to, leasing is renting a car. Banks don't buy cars. Pay attention to what I'm saying here. Banks don't want cars on their books. Why don't banks want cars on their books? Because they're depreciating. And look, let's address this. Rick just said on TikTok, but leasing a vehicle only gives you minimal mileage. You pick the mileage on a lease, Rick. You pick the mileage, brother. Hold on. Turn off this. You pick the mileage. Let's get into some real misconceptions about this whole leasing thing. They give you the mileage. Anytime you've ever heard of somebody going over their mileage, if it wasn't a life change situation, like, I used to live close and then I now live far, it's because they wanted to save $20 a month. The payment for 10,000 miles a year was $380. The payment for 12,000 miles a year was $405. They said, you know what, give me the $380. And then get ridiculous. If I go over, I'll just buy the car. Horrible. Why would you buy a car that is not meant to be bought? When you look at the price to buy a lease out, it's not meant to be bought. They don't want you to buy it. They want you to give it back to them so that they can sell it as a pre-owned car. So they say, bring this car back in 3 years, have 30,000 miles on it. You can buy it. You go over by 10,000 miles and then you buy it for the same price. It's just horrible. But it goes back to the fact you didn't pick the right mileage. The difference from 12,000 to 15,000 miles a year is $25, $30 a month. So when you're sitting there and saying, shoot, all right, give me the 12,000, knowing you drive 14,000 miles a year, you just ruined your lease experience. Don't blame the lease. Don't blame the lease. We have high mileage drivers getting leases. First dude that I ever saw with a high mileage lease is when I was a manager at Hyundai. He brought his car back, had 75,000 miles on it, like 72. I said, you lease this? He said, yeah, man, I don't buy cars. I don't keep them. I bring them back. I'm in sales. I'm on the road. Man, I pay my payment. I bring them back in 3 years, get me another one. I said, this is interesting. Because the dealerships didn't teach me this. My customers taught me this. My customers' experience taught me these things. I said, whoa, high mileage lease. I saw his payment. This dude was only paying $175 more a month than a normal car payment. $175 more a month, and he gets to drive 25,000 miles a year. But had he bought his car, he'd come in with 10,000, 12,000 negative equity. So, high mileage drivers, if there's high mileage drivers on here, you guys can ask questions specifically about leasing for you, and we'll talk to you. But man, I'm shouting from the hills and showing people proof that you cannot get a good deal if you buy your car, but you should have leased. People out here driving. We're out here driving cars, brand new cars for hundreds a month less than you. Because someone talked you into buying and said, well, but they're renting those cars. Yeah, all right. Okay. All right. I've been renting cars then for the last 20 years of my life, driving brand new cars and keeping a lot of money in my household when other people are putting them into new and used cars. Okay, yeah, I'll keep renting it. Go ahead, Dolan. Shoot the next one out, brother. Quintel Jameson on YouTube, can you talk about the best process for turning in a lease and getting a new lease? First thing you want to do is do an equity assessment. Do you have any money you can make on that lease? Step 2 in my book, after we decide whether we're going to buy a lease, you already decided you want a new lease, so you check off step 1. Second step is, do I have equity in my lease? All through the pandemic, we had people selling leases. I helped hundreds of people that I know about sell leases for $7,000 to $10,000 to $12,000. A lot of them, you can see in my older videos, they say, yo, man, you helped me make $7,000. Yo, I sold 2 leases. I made $15,000. My mother sold her lease. She made $10,000. I sold my Jeep Grand Cherokee lease. I made $9,000 back then, but that's when all the resale values were high. So so we're not making that much anymore, but there's still an opportunity to have equity. And if you drop off your lease without doing an equity check, then you literally are giving money to the dealer. We have to do it. And here's how you do it. You call your bank, you ask them what your payoff is. Once you get your payoff, then you call and you go to these 6 websites. You do this in 20 minutes. Go to Carvana.com, go to CarMax.com, go to Driveway, go to KBB Instant Cash Offer. That's going to connect you with a local dealer online to put a price on your car. All of this stuff is instant. And these are all companies that you go to, you look at they look at your car, they say, okay, looks good. They go to the accounting office, they come back and give you a check. It's that simple. AutoNation and Car Gurus, we get 6 offers because everything we do is a bid. Like in the Cars from Home way of getting cars, the way we guarantee we got all the money and we saved all the money and we paid less than everyone is we get bids. Online systems allow you to get bids. When you shop on Amazon, that's a bidding system. That's a bidding system. The real estate market at large is a bidding system. They use competition to create the price. The only industry that doesn't is the car industry, but we do it. Cars from Home, we do it. So you're going to get those 6 offers and you're going to see, can I break even selling this car? Can I make $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 selling this car or more? Some of you have a lease and you didn't drive that much. Deshone, I had the lease. I only put 5,000 miles on it. You should be selling that lease and putting some money in your pocket before you go into your next lease. So, I know there's a lot of people on here. You might have didn't know you could sell a lease. Type a question mark if you didn't know that you could sell a lease. Sean, I never even knew I could sell a lease. Type a question mark. Type a question mark. First thing we ever do before we return a lease, because we are not going to depend on a dealer. I see you, Stephen Romero. Thank you for being honest. I see you, Jason Wilson. If you didn't know you could sell a lease, how much does that cost you? How much does that cost you already? I see you, Rick. Shout out to the people being. I see you, Stino. Cat Mom. I see you, Quintel. Yeah. So what we do before I will never return a lease, and we do this about 6 months out before the lease is up. We do this equity assessment. It's the second step in my process. All of this is in my book. If you guys want if you're like, Deshone, I want the blueprint. Give me the step-by-step. That's my new digital book, Cars from Home. Anyone on Instagram, you comment 1, I'll send you the link to get it for 75% off. If you download it immediately, you could be reading it today, using it, getting a car next week. Same thing on Facebook. Type the number 1. I'll DM you a link to get it at 75% off. And if you're on TikTok, go to my TikTok bio. Now, this is only for 30 minutes. This is a welcome offer for my new book. This isn't like, we don't, just 75% off. This is what I do as a welcome offer for everyone to give you an opportunity. You won't pay the normal $97 price for the book. You'll get 75% off of that. And you'll have the strategy step by step. And on YouTube, we have a comment pinned for you. So you want to get your payoff. But now, very important, Quintel, when you go on those websites I just mentioned, those 6 websites to get those offers, when they ask you, do you own the vehicle? Are you leasing it? Or are you financing it? Just type own. You want to know, what would you pay for the vehicle? When you call your bank, you're going to ask them, do I have a third-party restriction? So you're going to get your payoff. You're going to ask them, do I have a third-party restriction? If they say no, that means you can sell direct to the highest bidder. If they say no, there's no restriction on who you can literally sell directly to them and get your check. if they say you do. And there are companies like Toyota, Chase, there's a couple leasing companies that don't have third-party restrictions. But if they say you do, now you can't sell direct to those people. You can sell direct to a dealer that makes the same brand. So if Honda has a third-party restriction, you can sell to a Honda dealer. And that's when we have conversations with a used car manager. Again, we don't talk to salespeople, y'all. We don't talk to salespeople. They're here to make your life hard because they're trying to fight for their money. And it's all good. I give you ways to, that's why the book is called Cars from Home, 7 Steps to Saving Time, Money, and Avoiding Dealerships. You need to avoid dealerships. When you're in a battle, a sparring battle with a dealership or a salesman, you're going to lose. It's a psychological war, and they do it 3-4 times a day. You do it 3 times. You do it 1 time every 3 years. So when the way I'm teaching you to do it, I'm never sending you to do battle with these people. So if you have a third-party restriction, we're now calling local dealers asking for the used car manager. We're getting offers from them, and then we're going to sell our car direct to them. And that's how we're going to get our equity out. That's when we have equity. That's the equity assessment process. That's how some of you are like going to pick up, that one strategy alone is going to pick up $2,000-$3,000 for some of you. Everyone doesn't have equity. But if you didn't know about equity, just that one strategy is going to pick up $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for some of you. And over the course of your lifetime leasing cars, that's going to be worth more than that. Because some of your cars will have equity, and some of them have a lot of equity, and some of them have no equity. But if you don't know about it, every single car that you give back to a dealership, you just gave them $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. And then you wonder why they say, good news, we got this deal done for you. You don't even have to put any money down. Yeah, because they're using the money from your old car. So once you assess your equity, that's when we go into shopping for the new car. We got to see if we have equity first before we think about shopping for our new car. That's step 1. Okay? Do that before anything. All right, Dolan, cue the next one out. See, I'm not going to give her, if y'all notice, I'm not going to give her the whole playbook. Why? Just to confuse her? I'm not going to tell her, oh, once you do this, then go do this, then go do this. And then when you check your car, this is how you do your test drives. And this is how you make sure. And then this is how you, why would I do that? I like step by step. Does that make sense? Type the light bulb emoji if you're on a cell phone. Type the light bulb emoji if that makes sense. Why would I give her what to do at step 5? She hasn't done step 2 yet. Get your equity, Quintiel. Find out if you have equity first. Do that exercise that I just said, and then come back and we'll talk about the next step. You come back and say, Deshone, I did it. I don't have equity. Perfect. Now let's move to the next step. Deshone, I did it. Good news. I have $3,000 of equity. Perfect. Now let's move to the next step. Okay. Go ahead, Olin. All right, so here we go. This is Selly H20 from Instagram. My vehicle was totaled this week. Sorry to hear that. Hope you're all right. I'm going to the dealer today. What should I know? The dealer today, there's 17,000 new car dealers in this country, 100,000 used car dealers. Every dealer has a different price. So you're going into what is the benefit to you of going into the dealer? You think, oh, well, I'm sold on my car. The best thing you can do right now is ask yourself the first question. Are you keeping your next car 8 years or not? Are you keeping Selly H on Instagram? Are you keeping the next car you're getting 8+ years or no? Let me know. This is Selly on Instagram. This is the first question. I want to give her time to ask. See, car buying, to pay the prices that you want to pay. It's not one step. It's not just give me this one jumbo step. No, it's a series of steps. It's a series of steps. And I think we live in a world right now that has programmed people to think, oh, I'm going to microwave my way to this whole car deal. Put it in the microwave and somehow I'm going to come out and pay less than everyone else. That's not how it works. You try that, you're going to pay more than everyone else, like all of these people out here who 9 out of 10 people going into a car dealership, if I was able to say, hey, how you doing? I see you just got your car. How you doing? My name is Deshone. They call me Deshone the Auto Advisor. You mind if I take a look at your car deal? You mind if I just take a look at your paperwork? Sure. 9 out of 10 people, I would say, all right, let me ask you a question. If I bet you $1,000 right now that in 48 hours I could find a deal way better than this that you just paid for, this contract that has your name on it, this is your monthly payment, this is how much you just gave them. Would you bet me $1,000 I can't find a deal way better than this? Not even close, thousands less than this. Most people are not taking the bet. And that's because they don't have confidence in their car deal. There's nothing else in life that you do this with. There's nothing else. You would never start a business and be like, oh, I started this business. Me and my family put up 50 grand for it, and be like, all right, well, did you do your due diligence? Did you, you would be like, yeah, we got an attorney. We did some consult. We took our time. It was a big decision for us. But a car, same 50,000. I'm going to go into the deal. Oh, and I want to make that deal today. It's programming. That's why I represent the unlearn, relearn brand, because I found when I first started teaching this, if people weren't willing to unlearn, those are the people I couldn't help. But the people who, they text me, unlearning. If you're unlearning, type the letter U, unlearning. This stuff is programming. And so I want you to really get out of that programming and realize that your safety is right at home. If you realize that everything that is going to save you money on your next car is right here in your living room, it's right in your office while you're at work. If you're traveling and you got an internet connection and you're like, man, I can make a deal from the airport. That's what it's about. The place you do not want to be is in the dealership trying to make a deal. There's no leverage there. There's no ability for you to shop competition there. And that's where everyone is overpaying at. Okay, we just talked about, Brandy, how to assess equity. If you're on YouTube, you can jump on it, watch the replay, or on the replay on Facebook. The only place the replay doesn't get posted is TikTok, but on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, you can see the replay. We went over how to do the equity assessment, how to call your bank, how to go on the websites, what to put on the websites to see if you have equity in 20 minutes. It literally takes 20 minutes to get those 6 offers. Go ahead, Dolan, shoot the next one up. Steven Romero from TikTok, shopping through Carvana. Carvana is one marketplace. That's all it is. Carvana, I know Carvana is, you don't have to see, the reason Carvana wins is because people are scared of dealerships. There's no other reason than that. Carvana has historically paid more, especially throughout the pandemic. They were paying more to buy cars than anyone else. So let me ask everybody on here a question. We got at least, we got a good number of people on here. Let me ask, got some intelligent people. If you are paying more than anyone to buy cars, when you sell those cars, are you going to be higher or lower than anyone? If you're paying more than everyone, you're paying more than dealerships to buy cars. Everyone was selling their cars to Carvana, selling their cars to CarMax. If you are paying more than everyone else to get your inventory, when you sell your inventory, is it going to be higher or lower than everyone else? Exactly. Higher. Exactly. But how do they do this then? They do this because people are scared of dealerships. So they would pay more just to be able to say, thank God I didn't have to go to a dealership. Man, I saw my car come down that vending machine, and then I saw that car pull up to my house on the Carvana flatbed, and you just overpaid $5,000 for that car. They charge you for their service. Hey, to avoid going to a dealership, listen, we're not giving you the best price, but we are giving you the best experience. In our case, there's tons of dealers who will deliver a car to you. There's tons of dealers who you can have the same experience with. Every time we get a car, we have the same Carvana experience. My experience, the people who, look, everybody who you're going to see me go after right now, and if you hop on YouTube, you'll see this. Look, Tosha's experience, just like Carvana, did it from home. Look, Vincent got his used car, 43% off, 3-year-old Lincoln, 43% off the original price. Got it on, Got it from home. Look, Ansley, we already went over Ansley. Sean saved 20 grand on his F-150 from home. That's a Carvana experience. Look, Rosalie, we already talked about her. Carvana experience. Look, Jen got her Subaru, leased it from home. You can give yourself the Carvana experience without paying the Carvana price. And when you're shopping for a used car, Carvana is just one marketplace. You also need to open up CarMax, Driveway. In my book, I have what's called the multiple marketplace strategy. The way you shop for used cars, the way we shop for them, is different than the way we shop for new cars. New cars, we use a strategy called the 25 to 5. That's when we reach out to 25 dealers. So we're shopping for a Toyota. We're going to reach out to 25 Toyota dealers online. We do this in 20 minutes. We send them our templates. All of that is in my book. It's a digital book. You copy and paste my template. So you do need to be able to copy and paste. Let me preface that. Do not get my book if you're not familiar with copying and pasting and emailing. I got to preface that. I know people, Deshone, isn't everybody good with that now? No, everyone's not good with that. I've been doing this for 3 years now. I know everyone is not able to copy and paste and just send emails. You know, everyone, that's just, so I have to preface that. But that's how we reach out to new car dealers. We're going to reach out to them for leases and for new cars online using scripts, and we're going to get 5 offers with the scripts. With used cars, it's totally different. We're not reaching out to 25 dealers. Every dealer has their inventory on a marketplace. If they don't have their inventory on a marketplace, do not shop for it. Don't talk to them about it. If they don't have that inventory in a place where it's in a competitive environment, I don't want to talk about it. Who saw the video when I was in the car dealership and I said, this is a used car, it doesn't have a price on it. I was in the car dealership and I said, look, anytime you see a used car, if it doesn't have a price on it, you know, don't negotiate on it. If you saw that, type I saw it. Whenever someone is not putting a price on a vehicle for any reason, it's because they want to make the price up and negotiate down. So let's just say I'm a slimy dealer. Let's say I got a $40,000 car. It was $40,000. I was at a dealership yesterday. We made a commercial about a dealership, and I looked in the car. It was a used car. It was a 2018. It had, the only price it had on it was the original price of the car. So it had literally, it was around a $40-something thousand car. It didn't have a used car ticket, $22,000, nothing like that. So it had a $40,000, and it had all the stuff that was in the car, original. But it's a 2018. So what happens when a person says, hey, how much you want for that car? And there's no internet that they're comparing that to. They're going right on there and just saying, okay, that person has a great opportunity to make up a price and say, well, you know, we're asking $24,000 for it, but you know, our asking price is $24,000. Oh man, that sounds a little high though. You know, it's 2018. You know, you can't do no better than that. You know, I mean, what you have in mind? Man, you know, I'm trying to be around 20. You know, I'm thinking closer to 20. Then I don't know if I could get to 20. I might be able to get. I might be able to see if maybe we could like split it, go up the middle. You know, between, you know, like around 22, something like that. Why don't we take the car for a ride? Let's see if you like the car. You're already in the mouth of the snake. You are literally a mouse in the viper's mouth. Once you've already agreed to talk about a car that doesn't have a price on it, you're done. Because let's just say if that same dealer had to list that car online, that car might have been listed for $18,000. But because you walked in and started talking about it and say, hey, well, you know, what do you think? This is how people leave happy. Man, you know, let me ask you, honey, you get home with your wife, like, you think you got a good deal on this? I think so. I think the guy worked with me because, you know, they said they was asking 24. And you know, I went in there and you know, we made a deal about 22, a little under 22. He took off 2,000 from me. No, he didn't. There was no real price. So this is why you want to be on marketplaces where all the prices are listed. Cars.com, cargurus.com, carfax.com, carmax.com, carvana.com. That's one of them. 8 market, eBay Motors. One more, Driveway. So there's 8 marketplaces, 8 major marketplaces. And you want to sit back and shop for your car like you be shopping for a TV on Amazon. And you'll realize once you start doing this, you'll see the same car that was at my neighborhood dealer that I liked, there's 50 of them within 100 miles of me. There's 50 of them. In fact, once I pull a Carfax, I'll see that one didn't even have a good Carfax, the one I was looking at. That one didn't even have the service records that I want to see. These are the things, this is why shopping marketplaces make sense. You want to shop. I talk about this all the time. It's called my multiple marketplace strategy. I made videos about it. I've been posting about this since I came to social media. Marketplaces. And again, the only people who are going to win with this are people that's locked in. People who are serious about saving their money, who take car buying serious. Everybody who like Deshone, this sounds harder. What, you want to go in the dealership and just go ahead and let them just work you a deal? God bless you. This is not for everybody. I know this. This is for the people who like Deshone. I want to make sure, and it's easy. All the people who you see me showing you, Jared, all of these people that's posting their cars, Teddy, if you're on YouTube, you can see this stuff. These people are never going back to the old way of shopping. We are never going back because this is so much easier. And once you get it and be like, man, shopping online is a million times easier. I don't have the anxiety. And there's nobody pressuring me. Oh, all of these people are competing, sending me emails. Hey, can we do this? Hey, what if I get to this? What if I get to... They're never going back. And that's the world I want you to come to. I want you to unlearn that old world, come over to the new world. Go ahead, Dola, shoot the next one up. I think we hammered that point home because we get that question probably every day. Carvana, something about almost every stream, somebody says, hey, what about Carvana? It's one marketplace. And they're 99% of the time, Carvana is going to be the highest price for any car you're looking for. 99%, not 100, not 100, 99%. RL, looking to finance a Toyota 2025 Camry. Should I purchase the extended warranty? It's a great question. RL said he's looking to purchase a 2025 Camry. Should he purchase the extended warranty? So a warranty is a risk product. It's risk assessment. I might buy something and I don't use it. The key to understanding if you should get a warranty is to ask yourself, how expensive is it to fix this car? And does this car have a high likelihood of things going wrong? Give you an example, a Toyota, Honda, as long as you get a good one, and in his case, he's purchasing a new one, they have a history of inexpensive maintenance, and they have a history of things not going wrong. I wouldn't get a Toyota extended warranty. Why? Because the $1,800 or $1,500 or $2,000 I'm gonna pay, I have to get that money back and then some to make it work, to make it worth it. That means $3,000 of things need to break on that Toyota for that warranty to have made sense for me to get. Now, on the other hand, when I work with Mercedes, some of you know I worked with Mercedes for 5 years. Every time I would have a client who was getting a Mercedes, I would ask them, how many years you keeping the car? If they said they were keeping it a long time and they weren't gonna lease, then I would tell them after we made the deal, buy as much warranty as you can afford. That was and some of my clients in New Jersey, they can attest to that. That was I was very unapologetic about it. Buy as much warranty as you can afford. Because when something breaks on a Mercedes-Benz, nothing is less than 4 digits. There is no, oh, this broke. It's only going to cost us $400 to fix. Nope. So the price of the extended warranty on a Mercedes-Benz or a BMW or a Porsche or anything that has a high, and I have this, we handle this in my book in step 6. This is in the paperwork and protection step. Everything is accounted for. So everything on this stream I'm teaching at is out of my book. It's everything. So when we're looking at, and where does this vehicle rank in terms of repair costs? Is it on the higher side? If so, the warranty makes more sense to get. If it's on the lower side, warranty makes very little financial sense to get. And that's how we gauge getting extended warranty. It's a risk assessment. All right, good question though. Very good question. All right, go ahead, Dolan. Shoot the next one up. Too Cool 09 from TikTok. Should I buy or lease a vehicle through my LLC or through myself, or does it matter? This sounds like you don't have a business where the actual car is being used. If you, a realtor for an example, and could y'all double tap, keep double tapping the screen, keep running those likes up. I appreciate y'all on TikTok. Every time y'all double tap the screen, y'all run the likes up and keep them moving. TikTok continues to tell people about the broadcast. And shout out to the sharers. I appreciate you. Matter of fact, I got to jump off of here because what I'm going to do is, no, I'm not going to jump off now, but I have to do something. Somebody who shared yesterday, I got to go to my DM and I got to send her, I'm literally just talking notes to myself. Okay, so big talk about buying in LLCs lately. Big talks. You know, you see videos about it, get caught through your LLC. There's going to be tons of people audited who had cars in their LLC, writing certain things off, and are not using the car for business. It's going to be very, very bad. It's coming because the IRS may come later, but they come. When they see, okay, we see people getting all these cars, they know the social media videos and people just putting cars in the LLC. If you are a realtor, for an example, when I was with the dealerships, I dealt with a lot of realtors. Came in, put cars in the LLCs. Why? Because they're on the road. They're using the car for business. They're writing off certain things, be it the maintenance, be it the repairs, or they're writing these things off. Why? Because it's actually business being done with the car. On the opposite end, you have people who have no business at all that involves that car. They're not traveling with that car to clients' houses. They're not doing it, but they want to buy the car and they want to write off tons of stuff or have some type of tax advantage. And now, I'm not a CPA, I'm not an accountant, I'm not giving you tax advice. I would just tell you that if your business does not involve a car or travel, I'm not going to ever tell you to put a car in an LLC name. Now, you talk to your accountant about that, talk to who does your taxes, but that's really the basis of if I should get a car in my LLC or not. Does my business do business with a car? That's it. And after that, you decide, how long am I going to keep the car? Then it goes back to the most important question. How many years am I going to keep the car? 8 or more, I'm going to buy. Less than 8, I'm going to lease. That's it. That's it. A lot of audits are coming. I'm telling you. You see the PPP loans. It took a while, but people are going to jail now. It's going to be the same way with these cars. People are not going to be able to pay some of these people getting Range Rovers. Yo, hey, I see you. You got this Range Rover. You wrote off like huge amount. Let me tell you, how much business was done in this car? Oh well, it's going to be it's going to be bad. That's why financial literacy is important, people. Okay, so all of this is out of my new digital book, Cars from Home, 7 Steps to Saving Time, Money, and Avoiding Dealerships. I can sit here all day for the next 2-3 hours talking about the strategies we use, the process we use, the system I created to help all of these people that I've been talking about in the broadcast save this money. You can see these deals, and some of you are going to go and you'll see, wow, I got that same car. I got to hit you with the bad news first. The bad news is, hey, Rodney Brown, I'm sorry to tell you, my man, but the same car you have, we just helped somebody get it and look what they paid. Dang, they paying a lot more than me. They put money down? No, they didn't put any money down. How they paying that low? It's because they know stuff you don't. They followed a process that you didn't follow. You went into the second most expensive purchase that you're ever going to make, and you just winged it. You just say, hey, you know what? It's a $50,000 car. It's a $40,000, $30,000 car, $100,000. I'm just going, I think I could feel my way through this joint. That's why you're paying the prices you're paying. That's why you're not paying what we're paying. So when you come into our world and you're like, Deshone, I want the blueprint. Everything I teach is in my new digital book, Cars from Home, 7 Steps to Saving Time, Money, and Avoiding Dealerships. So type of number 1 on Facebook. I'll send you the discount link. You can get the 75% off. Type the number 1 on Instagram. I'll send you the discount link, 75% off. That's our welcome offer. It's only for 30 minutes. And if you're on TikTok, go to my TikTok bio, get your copy for 75% off. And on YouTube, we have the comment pinned for you in the comment section for you to get yours at 75% off. And make sure you are reporting to me your deals, just like Tiffany. Tiffany, when she got the book, I tell everybody, send me your deals so that I can read them on the show. Tiffany got a Mazda CX-90, just got it, $44,820 car from home. She said, I believe we got a great deal from what we learned in the book. Look, from home, $6,530.78 discount. Never left the house. Got multiple offers. The dealer that took, look, is a $44,000 car. She basically said, what, 15%, 16% off then that? People go in and say, hey, get me the MSR, get me the invoice price. She blew invoice price away using the book. Get your copy. It'll be in your inbox now. Make sure as soon as you purchase, you screenshot the thank you page. I tell you, you'll see it big. Screenshot this page. Why? There's a support email on there just in case for any reason you don't get the book. It's usually because you type a letter wrong in your email. You're typing fast. You can reach out to my support team to make sure that you get your book. I want you reading it now. I want you using it now so that you can be like Ansley. He said, look, I started the process on Saturday. I accepted the deal Monday. Doesn't take long. Doesn't take long. You can literally you can be signing a below market deal in 3 days using the strategies. These are not meant to, this isn't going to school. I spend a lot of time in these videos warning you what not to do. In my book, I'm not warning you what not to do. I'm telling you what to do. Do this, do this. Now, all right, you did that. Great. Now do this. Oh, great. Now you did. Now do this. And before you know it, great. Congratulations. Let's get ready for delivery. That's how the book is laid out. All right, so we're gonna jump off. We've been on here for a little over an hour. I know it's early. You'll be able to watch this throughout the broadcast. I can't really answer. Look, I could give y'all BS answers, and I can get through 100 questions. If I give you BS answers, I can zip through 100 questions in 1 hour. Do Lexus give good deals? Well, sometimes you got to shop around. Next question. Is there any negotiation on leases as far as monthly payments without putting money down? Absolutely. We get our deals with no money down. That's how we submit our offers. You get at least 5 offers and you'll find out what the best deal is. Absolutely negotiate. Next question. I could do that. Is that what y'all want? Let me know. What I do is if someone asks me a question, I go deep on the answer because this is car buying. This is not, this isn't, hey, I'm going to get a little, I'm about to spend $100, what's your opinion on this, Deshone? So I think from what I know about people, I think you guys appreciate Deshone. Break it down for me. Break it down for me. And if you want more, if you want all the answers, get your copy of Cars from Home and you'll have all the answers. But I like to be thorough, and I can't because all I care about is the result. I don't care about I care about people writing me, Deshone, check this out. Look at my deal. Look at what I just pulled away. I want you writing me, emailing me, proud of your deal. I don't want you running into me one day if you're ever around New Jersey, New York. Hey, Deshone, hey, what's going on, man? Hey, man, I follow you. Oh man, I used your stuff, bro, man. Oh, cool, man. How'd you do? Yeah, I think I did all right. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Because everyone that learns from me, oh man, I have people run up to me. I never shopped like this before. I had all of these dealers, and then the lowest dealer took off all this money. That's the one I went with. That's a person that I know. Congratulations. Great job. You listened. You trusted the process. I care about the result. And that's all I want. I want you to enjoy car shopping. I want you, it's 50, 100 grand, 5-6 figures of your money, you deserve to enjoy it, and you deserve to pay less than everyone else is paying. That's what I'm here to do. So I'll see everybody who has the book. I'll see you inside. Use it. You'll see I link to a couple videos in there. You'll see it's some surprises in there. That's not a traditional book. There's links to videos. I got links to scripts in there. You'll see. You'll see why it's a digital book. And it's a one-time purchase. Anytime something gets updated, like Vroom went out of business a couple months ago, they used to be in our strategies. They were in our marketplaces when we shop for used cars. Vroom was on that list. And they were in the when we do our equity assessment, Vroom was on the buyer's list. If I had mailed out a book, if y'all were buying a physical book for for these strategies, that means now I got to make another book, and then I got to say, all right, guys, well, this is edition 2. That was edition 1. Vroom's out of business. Next thing you know, you're getting edition 40, and you're like, dang, every time a new website comes out, because we do online, dang, I got to buy another book. Nope. With Cars from Home, what we did, as soon as Vroom went out of business, I went in, I updated the master file, uploaded it. All the thousands of people that have the book, and about 9,000 people have the book right now. So this is, you can go on Goodreads, you could type in the Cars from Home book online, you'll see, oh shoot, this book is out there. It's already 5-star rated. So this is what it's about. Results. Grab your copy in my Instagram bio or my Facebook bio, or everybody that types the number 1 on Facebook, I'll DM you the link exactly to get this discounted price. Everyone on TikTok, you go to my TikTok bio, click that website, and get your 75% off. And then on YouTube, we have it pinned in the comments. So use this stuff, win with it, write me with your deals, y'all. Stop overpaying. You don't want to be like these people out here. You don't. They're getting hammered right now. They think there's no deal. Oh, when is the market going to get better? It's never going to get better for them. It's never. They're going to keep doing the same thing. And it's sad, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Let's get you to paying less than everyone else. All right. So I'm gonna jump off, y'all. Have a great day. We'll be back for another stream, sometime next week. I'll see you soon.